All right, everybody, I just went into a massive long position here, about $500,000 right over here on a Blofin here, beautifully currently sitting on a very small profit. But I'm going to tell you guys in this video why I think the Bitcoin price is going to rise and my target and my stop loss as well here for this trade. So let's dive straight into it. So basically, we saw here that we actually broke here this range over here to the downside, which was a little bit sad. And I see a lot of people right over here on X talking about this crash is so horrible. People are losing their money, blah, 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 blah. Guys, this is absolutely nothing. I mean, we're back here at $100,000. We were literally trading at this here during the summer. We were very close to this just about like last month. This is nothing absolutely crazy, and it's very normal for the Bitcoin price. I have this very nice tweet over here where you can basically see here that Walter Bloomberg, which is this big guy here on X, about 1 million followers, who posts these kind of announcements about price and news and things like that. And you kind of see here that back here in 2018, he's tweeting about Bitcoin falls below $5,000, Bitcoin falls to $33,000, Bitcoin falls to $20,000. But the thing is, guys, is Bitcoin always recovers, and in the end, it really doesn't matter here in the long term. So we broke over here a little bit to the downside. And I think the main reason why this is actually the case over here is that if I actually very quickly go here to the gold price, we can see the gold price having this massive rally to the upside. I think people are kind of taking profits over here, maybe with Bitcoin, and they're kind of putting it into gold because Bitcoin and gold, they have this kind of competition with each other. We are currently seeing massive lines in shops in all sorts of different countries, Vietnam, in the US. People going out there to buy gold, which could actually be a sign here of a local top, but definitely something here to be keeping an eye on. I think if gold is probably going to have a rally to the downside, you're probably going to see people taking some profits and kind of pulling it back into Bitcoin. We know that gold's market cap is like 10 times bigger than Bitcoin. I think it's even more. I think it's like 15 times more bigger than Bitcoin. So if people are going to take some profits from gold, you can see it going back here into Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin can definitely double if gold is at 30 trillion right now, and Bitcoin is at, what is it, 2 trillion, 1.5 trillion. I don't even know the exact market cap, but you understand it adds up. The calculations add up. Then Bitcoin can definitely double as well here in valuations very, very quickly. So what we can basically have here is I have here my own personal indicator, the Team Underground Magic RSI bands here. That's on my websites here. Just go click the link in the description, go here to the free indicators. We are currently seeing here that it's touching the 12-hour, and whenever we've touched the 12-hour, you can always see a very nice rally here to the upside. So that has made me to actually go right over here in this long position. Now, again, it's my own personal trade, and you shouldn't follow me. You shouldn't follow random guy on the internet. Just do your own research. But I just put on 100K here. I put in here 50,000 here, 10x long, and maybe I will drop in the other 50,000. So in total, it's going to be about $1 million position. I still have my Ethereum trade open, which is probably also up like, I don't know, $400,000 on BTCC. But I'm just letting this one run here, and I'm having my stop loss here right here around, $97,000. That's kind of exactly where my stop loss is going to be at. So I think it's a pretty nice level here. I mean, we already got the liquidation to the downside. I don't really know what's left to liquidate. I'll see what's going to happen, but I definitely so far feel that this appears to be kind of like a falling wedge pattern. We could do something as nasty as going below this low and kind of wick below it. So I might have to adjust my stop loss a little bit lower right here. That would be very nasty, but I think it would be just a quick wick here to the upside and then eventually rise higher. So that's the trade I have so far. And actually, if you do actually want to see my trades, I have the VIP channel as well. If you sign up here with Blofin right over here, check out the link in the description here, just to my website. You can join here if you sign up here on Blofin here and you claim the bonus right over here, and then you fill in your user ID right over here, your Blofin user ID, you can get access here to the private VIP channel as well, where I post my trade, extra analysis, things like that. So check out the link in the description, and also just check out the Blofin exchange here. Non-KYC, no personal information required. So anyway, that's the trade here so far. Let's see how that's going to run. It's not a massive trade. It's just about $500,000 right now. Going to see if it can build it up to about $1 million. And from there, let's see what I'm going to be doing. So that's pretty much the trade here. So what I want to be talking quickly about here is the Tether market cap. So we're seeing a massive increase in the Tether market cap, especially here over the last few weeks. We're seeing a lot of Tethers have been actually created. And what we actually know is that the more Tethers are actually created, the more that's going to allow Bitcoin and the crypto market to recover here to the upside. So what we're basically seeing here right now is that basically since, I would say here, this top right over here, we were sitting at 140 billion in market cap. And currently we're sitting at 180, which is 40 billion Tethers, $40 billion, which actually are in demand, which have been created. So there's still massive demand. There's massive cash here on the sidelines, and that's also why I think that this is really not going to have this massive further crash to the downside, especially with the Tether market cap being so incredibly high. I mean, we can kind of see this when Bitcoin, for example, right over here, it's at its all-time high. We can actually see that the Tether market continued to grow a little bit, but this was only a couple billion. This was only a couple billion. I mean, something like this, like a massive rally like this, where you just see that you basically just increase the market cap by 40 billion, that is more than enough space here for the Bitcoin price to rally further to the upside. It's not necessarily that it's going to happen, but it's a pretty good chance. So we can still go down if this one's going to break and my trade's going to get stopped out. We could still probably go back here to this trend line over here, the red trend line here, which kind of like the longer term trend line here, which we've always touched. We can also see it on the funding rate. We still have negative funding rate, which is very, very good as well. We're not seeing a big blob here of positive funding rate, which doesn't make me think that this is going to be the all-time high. And by the way, the funding rate indicator, if you want to check it out as well, here, just go here to my website over here, just go here to the free indicators, and here I have the funding rate indicator here, if you want to check it out here as well. Basically, funding rate here, that shows you basically when people are generally going into a long position, then it's going to be here, this green. If people are going to short, it's going to be red, and generally speaking, if it's red, people go into short positions, and that's generally an indication that the price is going to reverse. If we didn't see, again, a big blob here, I mean, we saw kind of like a big blob right over here in November, right over here. This was actually last year. God damn, time is flying. But we did actually see a big blob. But since then, we've just been trading here inside the negative funding rate. So I really don't assume that this is going to be the all-time high. So last thing I want to talk about is Elon Musk. Elon Musk. He is coming out. Well, I don't know why he said it that weird. But anyway, Elon Musk actually came out and he actually posted something about Bitcoin, which is very interesting. He's saying actually to zero hedge right over here. True, that's why Bitcoin is based on energy. You can issue fake fiat currency, and every government in history has done so, but it's impossible to fake energy, which is exactly what Bitcoin is. I mean, people think that Bitcoin isn't a technology, which it really isn't so much. I mean, the moment the internet came out, people really started to create currencies and peer-to-peer currencies and digital cash and digital gold. What's really special about Bitcoin is it's basically converting energy into a currency. That's really the power. It's really not really technology driven. I mean, there's people out there which say, "Oh, we should make Bitcoin more technology and add more technology and utility to Bitcoin," but that's really not the valuation of Bitcoin. I mean, if the Venezuelan government, we all know Venezuela has a very bad currency, came out and they made their currency edible, you know, it would have more utility technically compared to the US dollar, but you wouldn't put all your value and all your money in the Venezuelan bolivar. Like, that makes no sense, right? It's not just about technology or utility. Money mainly comes, and if pretty much only comes from its value. Okay, who can actually create a currency, who controls it, who controls the supply, things like that. Those are, you know, the monetary values of a currency. That's actually what drives currency value. And so with Bitcoin, again, it's protected by energy rather than a government institution, which makes it very, very powerful. And that's what Elon Musk is also talking about. So with him now talking again about Bitcoin, maybe he's going to be buying Bitcoin, maybe it's going to be good for Bitcoin. We know in the past when he was talking about Bitcoin, we saw a massive rally to the upside back here in 2021. We saw a big candle here to the upside. This kind of rally right over here was kind of caused by him as well. So if he's going to be coming out very bullish for Bitcoin, we could see also a significant rally to the upside. Let's see what is going to happen. So with that, I'm going to just hold this position. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm currently down $700, but we're just going to give it time. That's how trading works. And let's see what's going to happen. If we're going to come here below this low, maybe a big spike, but then I think we can recover. If we're going to go anywhere lower, we have still the straight line. If we go lower than that, then we're going to have to retalk and reassess the situation. But let's see what's going to happen. So with that, I want to end the video. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.